3 or 4 deals to look at, like between last night at 10 and this morning, and like all the high 6 calls today. Like, bring the damn deal. That's what we're here for.
I have a question. I have a deal that I'm working on. I sent you just a few minutes before the call. I put it in Slack. Let me find this.
Yeah, you guys, while Avi's doing that today, and again, it's not this group even. I'm looking at everybody on here, but I got like 3 or 4, Rusty, you and I did 3 or 4 deals to look at, like between last night at 10 and this morning, and like all the high 6 calls today. Like, bring the damn deal. That's what we're here for. So I'm going to keep answering back in Slack saying, bring it. Unless it's like, oh, Chris, I need this help like before the weekend or something. Fine. But certainly not the night before a high 6 call. That's crazy. We just can't get to it.
Wait, hang on. Here's my, okay, here's the deal sheet. And I do have the mortgage statement, which he sent me.
Let's go to the lead sheet first. I see the 3 things. That's cool.
Okay.
Can you make that? Can we view it?
What's that?
Can we view the lead sheet?
Is that I sharing it? Is that not? Are you not able
I'm
to see
seeing.
You're sharing only the vid.
Yeah, the folder's there.
Okay.
I see
That's
mortgage statement main, and image.
All right, then that's not working well. Let me open.
Come on, Rook.
Rook, yeah. What can I tell you? Because it's opened up in my. It's
Avi, I got it.
Yeah, if you can, because it's not opening up as a PDF on my end.
All you do is open on your screen and then share it. You got it.
Did. It was on my screen, but I don't know why I couldn't get it going.
You guys see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Thank you, Chris.
That expired. Cool. How long was it on for?
I don't know.
Okay,
they're in arrears. They're
so expireds, guys, you always want to find out how long, okay? Again, just piece of information, because that's more pain.
Yep.
They're in arrears, how much?
31,000, almost 32.
Oh,
is that on here?
wow.
Is that where it says 31? Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Okay.
it.
Now, on the mortgage statement, it does seem that they were offering them some kind of workout with a, so the mortgage payment is supposed to be $2,578. They were offering them some kind of workout at about $2,400 and change a month, but it was due August 1st.
The first payment on the workout?
Yeah. And it does look
that?
like there was some partial payment that was sent in July, but like $60 short of that amount. That if you let me. Well, you're sharing, but I sent the mortgage statement as well.
I can look. I can call it up. So let me before I put this down and pull that up.
Fine.
314 owed. That does not count, or does count the 32?
It does not count the 32.
So Avi, right above that it says, "May I ask how much you owe?" and it says 230, and then you have 314 as a mortgage.
Yeah.
Oh, because they told me 230. And when I got the actual number, I only corrected it in the existing mortgage information. Thank you.
Okay.
So it is 314. Okay. All right. So they're only 100 grand off.
Yeah.
All right. The girlfriend is not on the deed, correct?
She's on the mortgage. So she's probably on the deed. What's that?
You know if she's on the deed?
I don't know for sure.
Okay, see, 2 very critical things, you guys. This is about what we're talking about, diving deeper. Whenever there's a split up or a divorce, immediately what comes to mind for me is who's on the deed, who's on the mortgage? And are you in agreement?
Okay, so they're not in agreement. That I know. Number 3 is I'm only been talking to the girlfriend. There's a realtor involved. The realtor is connected to the guy, to this Rodley. But Rodley's just throwing up his hands. He doesn't care. So I do think that the realtor has enough sway on him that the girlfriend seems to be on board with doing whatever we want to try to save it. And I think the realtor can convince Rodley to go along.
Okay, so there's equity here. Aside from you needing to get some more info before we even pull the mortgage statement up, is this a deal that you want to pull in an investor for it and you want to do this, or where's your head on that before I call the mortgage statement? Just generally speaking.
Okay, so I would, if we can get them to just be doing the payment plan that's been worked out, then I would not want to need an investor. If we do have to pay off the entire arrears, then yes, I would want an investor.
Okay, so either way you want to pursue it. That's where I was going.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me stop sharing. Let me call the mortgage statement up. That'll be importante so we understand what you're saying with that. Whoa. Can I make this bigger? Yep, I can. Sweet. All right, hold on 1 second. Share. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Interest bearing principal.
No. Yes.
Lender paid overdue payments, partial payment, reinstatement amount due, trial workout payment. Okay, so Bobby, anyone can fire in questions here, but my question would be trial workout payment amount. You have to find out, get who's on this loan. They're both on this.
Both on it. Yeah.
So you got to get on the phone with the bank, like ASAP, in my opinion. With it, and they give you permission to talk to them, and you got to dig into this a little bit. Is this trial 6 months, and then they roll that 31 into the back end? Like, what? How do they perceive this working? Unless you already know.
I don't know yet.
So you got to find out that, and you also have a negative $10,000 escrow. So I would get on. I'd have this in front of me, and I'd get on with the bank and just, as a realtor, just drill a little bit. Like, okay, I see a 2,400. In theory, if I'm here to help my friends. If in theory my friends can make that payment, what happens the next 6 months? And let the bank tell you what's going on.
Okay.
Unless I'm not tracking. If someone else has a comment here, that's where I would do next. You guys with me?
Hmm?
I have a quick question as a Canadian on the call here. For my own benefit, what does it mean when there's an escrow balance that is negative?
There was, hypothetically, a tax or something went up, and they're behind in the payment. So even if it didn't go up, they're making payments on behalf of the borrower, and the borrower's behind. So the escrow account's screwed up. It's behind.
Sure, because your lenders, they pay taxes and insurance, right? Most of the time.
Not always, but this looks like escrow amount for tax and insurance. Yep, and this one it's both.
Okay, I understand.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, a few months worth of payments, and that gets asked backwards. So, Avi, unless Rusty or any other members have a comment, that's where I would go next and then come back.
Okay. Sounds good.
Rusty, thoughts, or you think we're there? Yeah.
No, yeah, we're good.
Okay. We need to know who's on the deed and then how this bank crap works here. Hypothetically, if Claudia is the only one on the deed, you can't part with Claudia. He doesn't have to sign off.
Right.
Okay. If they're both on the deed, highly likely they are because the bank probably made them, right?
Yep.
Then you got to deal with them both.
What? And then how long is the trial? Right.
Yeah.
And then does it go back up to the 2,500? When does that end?
Yeah. And then where does the 31 go if the trial works good? And what determines that?
Okay.
Point, Ivy, if that trial, you can do 6 months. Say, look, these are my friends. If I can help them, tell me what happens. So if you make it for 6 months, and that I'm making this thing up. If you made it for 6 months and the bank then says, okay, now the 32 goes on the back end with no interest. Okay. We just closed a payday 3 that had a 65 grand back end that just sat there, no payments, no interest from a bank workout. Now we paid it off at payday 3, we had it, right? But the whole time the tenant buyer, it's the house you did with us. That's right. What happened there.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Now, I'm 1,000,000% sure you guys have questions. So I'll take a breath. What do we have for questions on this? Besides what Matthew asked, good question. Nothing? Everybody, what is
Yeah,
this?
I had some questions. So when it says trial, my head immediately went to like it was a trial where you have a plaintiff and a.
No. I think it's
like
I don't think so. I think it's a trial to do a loan mod. Like,
Okay.
A
yeah,
test.
work it out.
All right. So how's that gonna look if the first payment of that workout was due on August 1st?
Well, not good. It's because now they have two due. That's
Right.
why I'm saying get on the phone now, Avi.
Yeah.
And be like, you got to tell them why you got to tell the buyer and seller too. Look, you got to bring me in as a friend here. And then you say to the bank, I'm trying to help them, but I need to understand if it's going to be worth my while. Like, be honest with them. And then they hear you saying that, the buyer and seller, the sellers. So it's true. Like, you got to see if it's worth your while.
Okay, and I can realistically, I'm only going to get her on the phone to speak to the bank.
I would think she can get permission as a
Yeah.
guarantor.
That's one of them. Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Can also tell them you own a real estate company, like throw some credibility at it, but they shouldn't give a rat's ass. If you have power of attorney or them giving you permission, you should be able to talk to them.
Right. Well, at least initially on the phone, I'll just have her on the phone to give me permission, but then we'll have to get it signed up.
Mhm.
Power of attorney, right?
Yeah, and the second, for the future. The
'Cause it could
second
take
you
days.
find out that, let us know, because it sounds like, I hope you're not too late for them, for their sake, but let's see what
Right.
they do.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Avi,
You can see how it's almost impossible to do that deal without doing it live with you, right? So it's always good to bring them to these calls.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matthew. Sorry.
Depending on the structure, is there would it make sense to look into recasting that loan? Like, if you catch them up, can they recast it? And then, like, I don't know, Avi, have you done like rental comps in terms of what the payday structure would look like? So I figure if you're already talking to the bank, if talking to the bank is part of the deal to begin with, would they be open to recasting?
I'd be concerned about that because their interest rate right now is 3.6. And if they recast, it would probably close to double that.
Okay, so they change the interest rate when you recast. Good to know. Okay.
I think every bank's different, but I don't see them not doing that in this case.
Yeah.
The recast too is if there's a lot of pay down already. What did this loan get taken out at? Matthew brings up a good valid point, Avi. Like, if this loan got taken out hypothetically at, I don't know, high threes, then there may be a lower payment to be had.
Right.
Without
No, it was taken out in the low. It's not far below the original
Okay.
principal balance.
So it's not going to be much gain there if they
No.
did keep the rate. Okay. So good point, Matthew, to double check it, but it sounds like we don't have any wiggle room there, even if they keep the rate. All right, good show, Avi. You got your marching orders, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. That's MACHIN, marching orders.
I understand. My wife's from Brockton.